Last week, the NSCAA kicked off its first women's game as part of their package when BU beat Harvard 1-0 in Boston. On Sunday in Chapel Hill, the reigning national champion UNC Tar Heels played host to their ACC rivals from Wake Forest. We'll review that game from Fetzer Field and the rest of college women's soccer next on the NSCAA Women's College Soccer Review. Hello, everybody. I'm Dean Linke, along with my broadcast partner, former Georgia State star defender Krista Mann. And Krista, indeed, we are standing on hallowed ground, home to the UNC Tar Heels, arguably the greatest college franchise, no matter what sport, ever.
Absolutely, and I don't know any young player who hasn't aspired to play for the Tar Heels. I mean, I myself wanted to come play here. So, I mean, this is just a historic place. There's so many great things that have happened here and so many great players who have come through here and even gone to the professional level.
Well, and later on we're going to see them take on a Wake Forest team under Coach Toulouse that's done quite well. This is his 13th year, and he's been to 12 consecutive NCAA tournaments.
And that's quite a success to Coach Toulouse. He's got 3 strong attackers this season. He's got 3 forwards, and I mean, they could hand UNC their second all-time loss against Wake Forest.
Well, we'll have you the highlights after we roll through the rest of the scene here in women's college soccer. Let's take a look now at the NSCAA rankings. No surprise, the UNC Tar Heels all alone at number 1. They got a big win over Duke, 2-1, but it took overtime.
It did. It took overtime, and that kind of makes you nervous. They have quite a bit of strength throughout. They have their own system, but you have to also think that they're missing Tobin Heath, and they're also missing Ashlyn Harris. And then Nikki Washington went out with an ACL.
Yes, and we'll see how that plays out. Then you take a look at it as well. You got Florida State and Boston College. Those 2 ACC powers square off today as well.
Yes, and Florida State is 2-1 in conference right now with that win over Maryland. So we'll see how that shakes out today.
All right, in the second 10, we take a look at it. There it is, another ACC team, Virginia.
Yes, and Virginia right now is 5-2-2. They lost their first ACC game 2-1 to NC State, so we'll see how they rebound from that.
All right, we're going to see Texas A&M as part of the FSC package. That'll be on October 11th when they take on Loyola of Illinois. And then Randy Waldrom's Notre Dame team that lost to North Carolina 6-0. They're back on track 6-3-0. We'll feature them on October 27th when they play Georgetown.
Absolutely. And Notre Dame is a strong team. They had a tough loss early to UNC, but you never know what they could do late in the season.
All right, as you look at the bottom there, Indiana. Now let's flip the chart, and Lori Walker, the former UNC goalkeeper, has the Buckeyes back in the top 25 at 6-1-1. Of course, Lori Walker, the head coach of Ohio State, all she did was outstanding here at Carolina, another prodigy of Anson Dorrance.
Absolutely, and you got to be proud of the history that UNC produces and of all the alumni that have come out of here to do great things, whether it's play or coach at the next level.
No doubt about it. And then San Diego and Connecticut. Let's take a look now at the NSCAA Women's Player of the Week. Someone getting it done for Texas A&M.
Absolutely. Whitney Hooper has done an incredible job. She scored 2 goals, including a game winner against Portland, who was previously unbeaten up to that point. She scored the first goal in a 4-0 win at Sam Houston State, and she's just leading the team in every category last week. 6 points, 3 goals, 8 shots. She's doing a tremendous job. In fact, this week on Friday, she had her 3rd straight game winner in a victory over Baylor.
Good stuff. She is the NSCAA Player of the Week. And despite missing key players, North Carolina showed why they are indeed the number 1 team in the country. An impressive victory over Wake Forest here today at Fetzer Field. They hammer Wake Forest 4-0, Krista Mann, and that's without Tobin Heath, without their goalkeeper Ashlyn Harris, without Nikki Washington. We thought it might be closer.
I thought it might be closer. I was really thinking it might be 2-1, 2-0, something along those lines. Wake Forest has a strong team, but that just shows the depth of the Tar Heels.
Unbelievable depth. There's 7 substitutions in the first half, countless substitutions in the second half. Let's roll to the highlights as 2 goals in each half for the Tar Heels.
Watch this play. Jones, she plays a nice ball in behind. Watch the service all the way across. Saved off the line by Howell, and Morris comes in to make a great save. And then off the corner, Ingen flicked on, and then finished off by Hawkins. Brooks with a great flick there. And then watch the outside of the foot pass by McDonald perfectly into the run. Finished off. Figueroa with the high ball, and McDonald comes in to finish.
Rachel Gibbon wanted a piece of that one as well, but they're not done, folks. The Tar Heels will get 2 more in the second half.
In the second half, Engen scores. And she has a big hug and she said, hey, I set you up, set me up. A nice ball in behind.
And Alyssa Rich hammered it home. She got the game winner against Duke in overtime, and she seals the deal here. Baresha comes off the bench, keeps it at 4-0, and that would be your final score. It was a great one here. We got more good ones. We'll be out in northern Colorado. That'll be an interesting one against Wyoming, Krista.
It should. I've never seen 2 Western teams take it on, so Wyoming and northern Colorado, roughly mid-majors, so we'll see how they compare to the likes of the ACC.
Texas A&M will welcome in Loyola, Illinois on Sunday, October 11th. And then Randy Waldrom's Notre Dame Fighting Irish. They lost to this Tar Heel team 6-0. They'll be showcased on Tuesday, October 27th when they take on Georgetown. Then the last 3 out west, Jill Ellis, the UCLA Bruins. They lost to Carolina as well, but they're back in the top 5.
They're back in the top 5 in a 7-2 loss the first game of the season right out the gates. That's tough to recover from, but they are.
We should have took note right there to just show how good UNC is. Portland will be at Santa Clara. Then on Tuesday, November 10th, it's California at Stanford. All good games here as part of the NSCAA package. And the NSCAA Women's College Soccer Review, surprisingly enough, presented by the National Soccer Coaches Association of America, the world's largest single sport coaching organization. The NSCAA is dedicated to providing the best in soccer coaching education. To learn more, visit nscaa.com.